Are you frustrated with all the changes and lack of progress brought about by COVID-19? We have an opportunity for you to register for a conversation that you might find quite helpful. I'll tell you how in just a few minutes. I'm Larry Szyman, and I'm one of the pastors of Faith Community. Here's how frustration looks in my life. I have an idea of how life is supposed to work, but life's not working that way. The gap is where frustration comes in. The intensity of my frustration has to do with whether I believe I can close this gap or not. If I can, I work a plan and move on. If not, I can slide into anger, cynicism, and a level of hopelessness. The desire for life up here is not wrong. The challenge is when that desire slips into a demand. And when you discover you cannot close this gap, destructive anger may result, affecting yourself and those around you. This is often true of men. I'm recommending an alternative to hope in yourself, your health, or employment status. Consider trusting God and the promises He makes. Trust Him with your frustration to transform it towards something productive. An ancient leader named Paul wrote this to a church, encouraging them not to go the route of destructive anger. He wrote, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Recently, I've had opportunity to give in to frustration. In the month of April alone, I've been tested for COVID twice, thankfully both negative. I've been hospitalized in 2 different locations for a total of 5 nights. I got my first ambulance ride, which was kind of cool. I don't ever remember having a fever in my adult life, yet from April 8th to 22nd, I had a dozen fevers averaging 102.5 degrees with a high of 105. I've had 82 blood tests, in addition to EKGs, chest x-rays, PET scans, you name it. One of the choices I made was to recognize for all the frustration I was experiencing, I could verbalize my gratitude upon those caring for me rather than falling into self-pity. I chose to trust God and not grow weary of doing good, which is not always my response to life's frustrations and disappointments. And I want to invite you to join me in trusting in someone bigger than your current strategy, a living God who loves you and is for you. So if in this COVID season, you're experiencing frustration and disappointment that's affecting the way you function in life, we can help you. On Tuesday, May 5th from 7 to 8 p.m., Pat Stream, Faith Community's pastor of counseling, will be offering an online event called Faith and Life Conversations. Pat will be looking into greater depth at this area of frustration and disappointment, offering his insight as a certified biblical counselor. He'll give perspective, field questions, and offer prayer for those in attendance. Registration is required and is limited to 100 people. You can register by clicking on the link we will provide. Please take advantage of this opportunity to grow in this challenging season. And before you move on with your day, would you please share this video to spread the hope of Jesus Christ with others? Thanks. And we'll hope to see you back here next week for our next edition of Faith and Life.